Hey, Gemini, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your September 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Gemini, we have cut downs, addictions, healthy choices, followed by picture at the bottom of the deck. So subconscious energy. Some of you may have a bit of nostalgia, or you may have certain triggers, thoughts, feelings, emotions bubbling up to your conscious awareness. You also have the sword and the rose. So there's some sort of clarity and truth that's showing up here. You may also be seeing a situation for what it truly is. And I feel like there is honor. Yeah, there's honor here, integrity. You actually have the Queen of Swords. Some of you may be dealing with a Libra or another air sign. We have the Five of Wands showing up here, crossing your path. So something along the lines of competition or criticism, cutting another person down. Some of you may have felt like you had to cut an energy out of your life. You may be in separation. And the reason why this is showing up is to break out of the pattern. And as I say break out, you literally have the Eight of Swords in reverse, which is breaking out of that jail cell in a sense. That jail cell of mental conflict, the old story that we tell ourselves over and over. Now you have the Sun card showing up here in the recent past. I feel like the Sun is enlightenment. It's as if there's truth, there's clarity, and that's what I was picking up on. There's definitely a new path for you. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a new path. As I say that, you have a lot of cards that came out. Spirit, how would you like? Thank you. Strength. Okay, there's the card of nostalgia again. Oh, someone's waking up. And I feel like these four cards we're not going to look at yet, but it has to do with the outcome energy. So diving in, Gemini, you have a cutting of cords, severing of ties, separation. Some of you, this situation that you have experienced in the past was for you to stop the pattern, break some sort of cycle. Some of you may have given someone the silent treatment. Perhaps this is a ghosting energy. You may have cut a person out of your life. This could be a family member, a lover, a friend, due to addictions, codependency, obsessions, restraints, possession and control. And there may have even been emotional blocks. Okay, I mean, this is a heavy energy coming in. I also feel like some of you are in a relationship dynamic where someone cut you down a lot. They may have taken their pain out on you. They may have even tried to hide, numb, or run from some of their own guilt, some of their own wounds. They may have tried to hide it through addiction. Now, this could be you. It could be your person, the person on your mind, someone of the past. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like there's a turning point coming in for you to break the pattern or the cycle, okay? And to choose healthier options here for you, for your family, for your legacy. Basically, this is about self-love, self-care, Gemini. It's being happier. It's loving the life that you've built for yourself, loving the people that you surround yourself with. I also feel like a lot of you are putting time and energy into your health mentally. You could be talking to a therapist, a coach, a mentor. This could be journaling, writing things down as well. Some of you are putting yourself into a state of independence. Sorry, I had to pause the video for a minute there as you could hear the air kicked on. But this is about being happier, a state of balance emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Gemini, by choosing options that are healthier, that are choosing relationships that are reciprocal, that are choosing dynamics that don't repeat patterns of the past that have been destructive or codependent or addictive in nature. Yeah, this has to do with self-love, and this is showing up in your present energy. So September is definitely going to be a turning point month for you. You are getting out of the blame game, the shame game. You're getting out of some sort of maybe victim mentality. I am getting a tad bit of nostalgia. You may have someone that misses you, Gemini. They could be looking at pictures of when the two of you were together, happier moments, happier times. This could be you. It could be someone on your mind. I'm also getting flashbacks here. So perhaps there are, memories that pop up on your social media, and you may have a burst of nostalgia, but I feel like you're not sitting in that, okay? You're ready to make new memories, and you're going to do what you need to do with that, Ace of Swords that the Queen of Swords holds on to, right? I feel like there's an energy of you cutting out things that no longer align with the healthy choices that you're making for yourself. We do have a tad bit of nostalgia showing up here, as well as in your environment, that fear of missing out, or it could be even questioning the what ifs. But I feel like with the rose and the sword showing up here, this is clarity and truth. There's your Ace of Sword that we just talked about. It's as if I'm feeling a sense of bittersweet. Okay, something feels very bitter, but at the same time, there's sweetness replacing it. Okay, I feel like this is a revelation, and you're needing to honor and protect your own integrity. This is boundaries for yourself, and I feel like you're determined to not let someone or something steal your joy or your happiness anymore. That's why you have the Sun card showing up in the recent past, because it almost feels like some of you, someone was the center of your universe. There was a person or a relationship here. Maybe you've just gotten into a relationship. You're making healthier choices. If you haven't yet, I feel like there is a new beginning, a new chapter of your life that is starting here. Okay, this is about staying determined on your path to continue to choose healthy, to choose what's in your highest good, to take that beautiful free will and that mind that you have of yours and to take one step at a time, but it's a determined step. It is a persevering step. I will move on. I will get over some sort of challenge or pain that really did cut you down, or it left you feeling less than. Okay, some of you, this is overcoming your own addictions, okay, that may have held you back on your journey towards love. It may have held you back from that journey of self-love even. When we are running and we're hiding, addiction is just a form. It's a branch off of what's going on underneath. And for some of you, you are ascending, or you're choosing new options that have to do with getting back your sense of personal power, okay? And opening yourself up emotionally to new experiences, because there has been an emotional block here. I really love the healthy choice showing up here, Gemini, in the middle of your reading, because I see that it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle to choose self-love, because some of you got lost in the energy of someone else. I am getting codependence here, or you may have done everything in your power to make something work that just wasn't meant to work. It's like fitting a square peg, into a circular hole. It just doesn't align, even though your mind and your emotions and everything within you may have maybe in the grand scheme of things, right? You had to go through that situation or that experience to truly open you up on such a profound level to bring you back home to you in a way. Now, we also have here wedding rings. So this is union. A lot of you are preparing, and this is a common theme I've been seeing for a lot of the signs. I think it was Taurus's reading. So if you have Taurus in your chart, Gemini, or maybe you are dealing with the Taurus, I feel like some of you are getting ready for union or marriage, or to call in a soul connection if you're not already in one. This can be everlasting love, or devoting yourself and your time and your energy and the rest of your life to healthy choices, which can include healthy relationships and doing what you need to do is best for you. And that in itself will attract union. Beautiful. Yeah. I feel like this is a cycle. This is a new cycle you're entering into with the clock card. So diving into the tarot, you have the Queen of Swords, perfectionism. Some of you may have had expectations, or you may have wanted more out of a situation than someone was willing to give. Okay. And that in itself, expectations can really cut down, as it says here, energies. And I feel like there was some sort of conflict, right, with the Five of Pentacles, whether this is competitiveness, it can be feeling competition. Some of you, now I don't feel like this has anything to do with lowering standards by any means, but some of you may feel like there's not a lot of healthy choices out there. If you're single, you may feel like people are addicted. They may be hung up on their ex or their past. People could be stuck in pain of the nostalgia with the picture card. And I feel like you want to move forward. And you want to move forward with someone here is what I get, or independently. I mean, you don't have to be with someone. Take it as it resonates. But I do feel this Queen of Swords is very logical, very rational. She's a truth seeker. And if the truth is hidden from her, or if she's not being honest with herself, that really comes in and throws off the scales. It throws off, that happiness. And so honesty is important here. And that may be making healthy choices that are rooted in honesty. That means being honest with oneself. It may even be coming out of denial. But I also see here with this Queen of Swords, I feel like someone has gone cold. Okay, someone has gone cold, or maybe you, Gemini, you've gone cold to someone in the past. You may be looking to your future and you may be saying, Mel, yeah, there could be someone looking at me, right? Or missing me or having nostalgia, but I'm over it. I'm done. I'm ready to move forward. And you don't want to fight. You don't want to be in this conflicted, competitive energy anymore. But it is crossing your path for a reason. And I feel like if it's still showing up here, there's still something to learn. And when the Five of Wands shows up, this can be about collaboration, needing to collaborate, maybe even needing to make amends of some sort. I'm hearing the words acceptance. So it can be forgiveness, not for the other person, but for us. Maybe it's forgiving ourselves for staying in situations longer than necessary, or it could even be, forgiving someone. Oh, some of you, it's forgiving yourself for enabling this behavior, for not stopping it sooner, or for allowing someone to continue to treat you a certain way or to cut you down a notch. That's where the lesson lies, okay? It's almost as if two egos are looking at each other. And you see that there's two children here that are flying these kites, and these kites are getting intertwined. It really doesn't have anything to do with their soul self, the inner child. Some of you, the inner child could be at war in a way where it's wounded. It's like the two egos of the wounded child may have shown up in some way, shape, or form, but I don't feel like there are fingers pointed at one person in particular. You can see two people are meeting each other at this level. So it's as if this contract that you had with someone, you come into union with them to really learn about yourself, your self-sabotaging patterns or behaviors where you may need a little more self-discipline. It may have even been shadows of both of you kind of rearing its ugly head in order to humble you in some way, to teach you in some way. But now you're showing up as the Queen of Swords and you've emotionally disconnected from this energy. Therefore, I feel like you've learned what you've needed to learn and it's allowing you to move forward. All right, Gemini, we have the Queen of Wands showing up here in the deep foundation. I do feel like this is a characteristic of yourself. Some of you may have been dealing with a Queen of Wands like energy. Queen of Wands is someone who's very attractive, very confident, very bold, very wise. They inspire others. But I feel because we've been cut down, when the Queen of Wands has been cut down in life, she can become insecure. She can become jealous, maybe vengeful, or she lives in her ego a little bit more than her soul self, the spiritual self, which is what the wands and the fire energy is all about, causing her at times to put on this mask. And you can see that this mask is a hawk. So I feel like there's a coming into focus, taking off the masks. It is letting your guard down in a way, but yet still being protected. Okay. And having a sense of independence. Some of you, this could be codependence. I am getting that energy of codependence. Children could be involved here in some way. Someone may have had, again, a wounded inner child. Someone may not have been fair around children, or there may have been parenting differences on how to raise children. Or again, it's just two wounded souls in a way, or two wounded humans having the same shared soul experience that were having a difficult time coming together. Okay. And I feel like that is what is being addressed at this time. So you can make healthier choices from here on out and not let the jabs and the cut downs and the destruction and the addictions and, you know, the patterns continue to play out. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Wheel of Fortune. We actually, well, we see a turning point here. This is the Chariot as your outcome energy, because I feel like the sun here is saying, I'm not going to give up on my happiness, right? You see that she has the horse representing freedom. She has the kangaroo, which she has the little Joey in her pouch. So there's a level of protection and being willing to jump, take a leap of faith for what you want. The crow brings about guidance. The dolphin brings happiness and playfulness. We have the golden retriever, which represents honesty and loyalty, as well as the turtle, which represents slow and steady. And you see the sun shining in the background. And we also have the purity of the white bird, the white bird. So innocence. It's as if some sort of innocence or, you know, fresh perspective is required and needed to move forward, not in an innocent or naive way, but allowing yourself the happiness and joy and success and being able to have a healthy ego. The sun is actually healthy ego versus the wounded, right? Because ego is part of our psyche. And there is a shift happening here where you're getting out of the blame game. You're not pointing fingers. 8 of Swords, air energy is what's showing up above you. So I feel like there is a release of whatever mental confinements or restrictions that have limited you. Now, 8 of Swords can be feeling trapped in fear. It is about, you know, mental blocks and you rewinding an old story over and over and playing it like a broken record, but it's in reverse, which means I'm done with that. Right? I'm done with that. I'm moving towards freedom. I'm freeing my thoughts. I am freeing, whatever I'm consuming, my mind and energy that's living rent free in my mind, that's not helping. It's actually limited me. It's cut me down because I keep hearing it replaying out over and over. You're saying, I am, turning into X-Men here, or I am turning into a Marvel character, and I feel like you are becoming the hero that you need, and you're breaking out of the bars. Maybe that's significant in some way. A Marvel movie, since that's coming up in your reading. Maybe you just went and seen Wolverine or Deadpool or something of that nature. Now, in the near future, Gemini, you have turning point. This is the Chariot. When the Chariot comes marching in, right, who sits in the Chariot? The Emperor and the Empress. You are an emperor or an empress, right? You are someone who has the characteristics of all four queens or all four kings, and you know what you need to do. And I feel like you have come out of the shadows. You see that she's been in the woods, right? It's dark in there. It's almost as if I feel like you needed to get lost to find yourself. Right? As they say, not all that wander are lost. I feel like you've come to this turning point in your life, Gemini, where you're coming out and there's poppies in the background. There's greenery. There's a path. There's brighter days ahead here. And the Chariot is about drive and ambition. Some of you could be traveling. You could be moving. This is about action, taking action towards your happiness and your success. Since we have the Sun and the Chariot here, some of you, there could even be news of birth, news of engagements, weddings. Okay, this is a new relationship coming in. You may be making something official, but yet it's still in the beginning stages, or a beginning of a next tier of this chapter, whatever that may be for you. This is a big, big turning point, and I feel like you've come a long way. You've come a long way is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the name Ben as well, Ben. So maybe your name is Ben, or it could be someone you're dealing with, Ben. All right, how are you doing here? Strength. You are focusing on working out your self-sabotaging patterns and behaviors. How can you love yourself even though you have gone through so much? Even though you may have hurt others or others have hurt you, the strength is such a powerful energy. It is strong Leo energy. Some of you are dealing with a Libra, a Leo, or I'm also getting another fire sign, so maybe even Sag. But I am getting with this compassion card, it's like you're trying to have compassion for others after you've gone cold. I feel like it's not being all lovey-dovey with another person that's hurt you, but the sting isn't as painful as it was, right? Because sometimes life does sting. And I feel like you're facing some of your own weaknesses and you're loving those parts of yourself that you may have felt were unlovable, right? And that's why she's hugging the gator. That's why she's hugging it and loving it. And some would say, well, who in their right mind would hug a gator? I feel like you may have loved someone who was very hostile, or someone who could have been narcissistic or abusive, or had a lot of wounds, right? Had a lot of wounds, but you've seen through something. You've seen through the facade or the pain, or maybe now you're seeing someone's true colors, it could even be. And when the strength shows up, I feel like you're coming out stronger. This is about gaining the wisdom and the endurance and the dedication and the discipline to make healthier choices from here on out. Yeah, I am getting compassion and self-love here. So you've gone through a lot, but I feel like you're starting to love all of those pieces of life that have made you who you are today. Beautiful. Gemini, you have the Six of Cups, passion. It's in reverse. This can be nostalgia. It can be reconnecting to the past, but it's in reverse. So Spirit is saying, don't romanticize the past. If this is you, or if someone contacts you from the past, I feel like you're ready to make new memories, right? You're saying, I've already done that. I've already given a person a second chance, or I've attracted the same type of energy. And now you are wiser. You're that much more wise because of what you've gone through. And you have the strength, the determination, and the dedication to choose healthy, whatever that may mean for you, okay? To choose healthy. And I feel like there is definitely a sense of romanticizing the past or looking at pictures, but I feel like you don't look at that person the same way anymore, or you don't have that, again, that sting. Someone may still be thinking about you, or maybe the passion has died out in a sense. There's not a lot of love. If you're in a dynamic, okay, you're ready to escape. You're ready to move forward and wake up. This is you waking up to the truth. And the truth is that you deserve a soul connection that's based on devotion, everlasting love, unions, right? Maybe marriage, commitment, someone who will be committed to you. You will be committed to them. Maybe wedding is involved, or maybe it's just the traditions in itself of maybe monogamy, if that's your thing. Or maybe it's, maybe it's non-traditional. It could be same sex. It could be, I'm getting like an age gap as well. But I feel like you will know if karma is replaying out, because you're going to see the same person showing up in different bodies, right? Or the same energy showing up in different people. Or you're going to see the same patterns replaying out. Is this cycle meant to be broken? You tell me. Are you ready? You have the clock here. You have the coffin card here. This is about liberation. You've been liberated. That's why this chariot's coming in saying you can take off. You can move in a new direction. You can come out of the shadows, or come out of the pain, or come out of the self-sabotage, whatever it is for you, Gemini, because there's a new beginning with the coffin card. Something is over. Something is over here. And for some of you, because I am getting such nostalgia, you may want to bring it back to life. And for some of you, you could. Okay, I feel like there's a very small percentage of you with the butterfly that may be taking a relationship of the past to the next phase, which means you will never go back to that old phase if that's what you're wanting, but it requires someone to have gone through and done the work. Maybe addictions were part of it. Perhaps there was deep shadow work or childhood wounds, but I feel like timing needed to take place. If this is something that just happened last month, or even a few months ago, or even a year ago, I feel like maybe not enough time has passed for someone to really wake up. Okay. Now we do have the Hanged Man card showing up in your environment. Okay, the Hanged Man card showing up in your environment is a wake-up call. This is a new perspective, being able to see something from a new lens. Like I said, seeing that new seeing a new person for who they truly are, seeing an old, relationship for what it truly was, or what it was meant to teach you, or your role in the relationship, or maybe their role. And I feel like forgiveness is part of this. Right? Practicing kindness and compassion. The good old days are over, and you will have the opportunity, the second chance to make new memories, to make new friendships, to heal some of the wounding. And I feel like there has been perhaps a surrender. Control may have been involved in some way, shape, or form. But a lot of you are going through a spiritual awakening, and this is leading you to break the chains, to break out of some sort of pattern, and to choose healthier options, and to choose self-love. Beautiful. All right, what do we have for your hopes and your fears leading to your outcome? Well, your outcome, there's the Wheel of Fortune, there's the Ace of Wands. Now, we also have in the hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Pentacles. There's independence, right? There's being able to stand on one's own feet without jumping from relationship to relationship, or fear of being alone, because what happens when we're alone, we really get in touch with who we are. Are you able to be on your own? And I feel like some of you, that piece of being alone for a period of time is actually allowing you to bring back your strength. Okay, there's something about self-confidence here as well as your own strength, but it does require that Nine of Pentacles, creating a life that you love, individual achievement, right? This is the card of individual happiness and success with your finances, with your world, by you attaining, certain levels that maybe you wouldn't have been able to achieve by being in this situation. Some of you, this was the catalyst to really crank up your career, to really add an extra notch to maybe you going back to school, or you going off and, starting a business, or whatever this may be for you. It's something very powerful, very successful in the physical realm. And I feel with the Eight of Wands, this could happen quite quickly. It's as soon as you free yourself, boom, there you are, being able to create a life of satisfaction. And I feel like it's also, financial and physical satisfaction. Okay, you have a lot to offer. You have a lot to offer someone new if this is a new energy. Now, I also get with your outcome, there may have been resistance to change. That's that Wheel of Fortune. There may have been a turning of events that took place, but I also feel like something here was fated. Something was meant to happen the way that it did. And the other piece of it's free will, right? So I feel there was a dynamic or relationship that you were either in or you're about to be in that is very much a part of the soul contract that you had, created prior to incarnating into this lifetime. And this is meant to be. Something is very much meant to be. And what I see here is a brand new, inspirational Ace of Wands, new beginning. This is you chasing your dreams. This is passion and desire. This is a spiritual union within oneself, right? It is the one, the self. It's courage. It's a gift. And the gift here is a brand new beginning. An inspirational, brand new beginning. But it requires you also to choose a healthier option, because this is going to keep showing up for you. And what I mean by that is when this is fated, when it is meant to be, which means you cannot run from fate, right? If it's meant to be, I feel like the healthy piece of it is part of what's fated. It's you continuing to go through something until you choose otherwise. Because that is part, the otherwise part is the new path. That is a lot more abundant, healthy, vibrant, successful. I mean, this is big and it's here and it's showing up right now, right? Or it's coming in sooner rather than later. And the Chariot says, okay, this could be a turning point that really brings you to a new outcome than maybe you've ever had before. I like this for you, Gemini. You deserve it. You've earned your badge in a way. You've earned some sort of pat on the back. And I'm not saying that from a, egoic way. Oh, wow. Okay. We have soulmate. There it is. Your penguin, right? Penguins mate for life. We have yang energy, which is the masculine principle of movement. It's action. And we have message in a bottle. Some of you are going to receive a message from a loved one, or you will be connecting to someone. Eight of Wands, which we see in your hopes and fears. You're hoping to either connect or you're hoping to meet someone. You have the soulmate energy here, card 41. Some of you may be 41 years old. Maybe you're a life path 5, or you're in a 5 personal year. But soulmate is a very beautiful energy to be in. Okay, so we have harmonious relationships and partnerships of all kinds. Remember, it doesn't have to just be love. This is friendship, companionship, relationships fostering personal growth. Consider love in the deepest sense. Love so powerful that you will never, ever be the same, regardless of how long your relationship lasts. Consider friendships and romantic bonds so compelling that they overwhelm you with gratitude, or they break you open so you will finally claim who you are meant to be. Even a companion animal reminds you that it is you who is being rescued and healed. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate come to guide you home to the real you. Six of Cups is also soulmate energy, FYI, and I see that showing up here for you as well. Okay, so yeah, you are... Didn't we see the Six of Cups? I thought we seen that energy showing up. I don't know where it ended up. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups. That's part of, what's going on in your environment and your hopes and fears. Some of you are waking up to a soulmate energy. You may have had to leave a karmic. Okay, you may have had to leave a karmic situation to choose this soulmate. And maybe there was a space and a time to heal in between. Or perhaps some of you, there was a separation of maybe even twin flame energy, and you may even be coming back together here. Take it as it resonates. If there is an important relationship that did bring you to your knees, right? It's the kind of soulmate who comes in with a powerful gift. And we see a gift showing up here. Your patterns and all your old stories. There's the Eight of Swords, the blame, where we tend to blame other people, right? For our experience. They did that. They made me this way. They hurt me. They did this, right? But what if it's not a they? What if from the eyes of spirit, from your higher self, from, an above energy, which I feel like you're finally in, you can see how this relationship was transformative for the both of you, that a relationship that you were in or that may be transforming if you're currently in, was the catalyst to you coming home to you. Your patterns and all your old stories don't serve your well-being, right? This is time for you to heal them. There's a person called to a sacred task to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even inconceivable. The question is, why did he or she do this to me, right? There's that blame. There's that victim mentality. But now you are breaking out of that and you're saying, wait a second. What is the gift? Look into the mirror, Gemini. You will only be changed for the better. Yeah, you will be changed for the better. I do see here someone may have some thoughts of you, okay? They may be remembering some sexy times with you, Gemini, okay? But I also feel like you are calling in or connecting with this beautiful penguin energy, and it feels really good. I feel like you don't have to chase. There's something about the chase. You no longer have to do that here. And maybe there was a runner chaser energy in the past, but I feel like you've come home to a soulmate. Beautiful. Let's get a few messages from your crystal guides, your crystal spirits. And at this time, Gemini, I ask if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale. Hold it as long as you can and release with a nice big sigh out your mouth. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be a crystal that you're familiar with, maybe even know the name of. Perhaps it's just a color or a shape or size. Maybe your gemstones are emanating frequencies of love, guidance, healing, or angelic assistance. Your crystal could be polished, tumbled, rutilated, or it may have many different points. There is no right or wrong answer, Gemini. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month, all you need to do is drop your crystal or crystals, whether you have 5 or 15, you can drop them below. I will enter you into that giveaway. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, on the first of the month. So I did see Moldavite at the bottom of the deck. That's not the card that came out, but Moldavite is actually a very powerful, powerful transformative stone. And some of you may have seen Moldavite in your mind's eye. If you did, know that this is one of the most profound transformative times of your life when it comes to matters of the heart. Now your stone is orange calcite. I love this. This is all about sensuality, sexuality. It is creativity, the pleasure of birthing something new. Some of you, there could quite literally be a pregnancy or a birth. And this is about, the solar plexus chakra. It is easy to tell yourself, I can't, instead of I can. You are meant to access the infinite possibilities that become evident as you start to channel creatively from the universe. As you step into your creative self, you open up to new paths of relationships and relating to others, and you start to reshape your relationships in ways that make them even healthier. There's that word healthy, right? We see healthier relationships and more satisfaction, which we also see here showing up in your outcome. So both the words that are showing up in your reading, health and satisfaction, right? This is about partnerships evolving. And as your co-creative abilities are very powerful right now, look at how you may deepen intimacy through trust and be more playful and creative in your relationships. Beautiful. This fuels the second sacral chakra and the third solar plexus. Unlike many fire stones, it has a gently stimulating rather than overwhelming energy. It's an excellent stone for overcoming shyness as well as depression. When you meditate with orange calcite, it gives you that extra burst of courage, which some of you may be needing with the strength card in your energy. So orange calcite is a beautiful stone for you embracing all of those parts of yourself that at times feel inconceivable or unlovable. This is self-acceptance and self-love amplified, and creatively being able to channel this energy. Some of you are going through or are in the midst of a Kundalini awakening, and that awakening is leading you directly to your soulmate if you're not in this dynamic already. That is what I have for you, Gemini. Powerful reading. I hope it resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And do drop your crystal spirits in the comment section below the video to be entered into the giveaway. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love.